Legacy manufacturing runs on deliberate physical execution, but those heavy traditional workflows are steadily losing ground to aggressive, globalized standardization. Many leaders attempt to fix this by treating artificial intelligence as a simple software add-on. They drop AI tools into existing human-centric workflows, hoping for a massive return on investment. The math does not support this approach. This chart reveals the structural deficit legacy firms face, a 30% price disadvantage and a 25% time-to-market delay. To close these gaps, an incremental update won't work. We must redesign the value streams in their depth. Survival dictates that we rebuild the organization's workflows from the ground up, utilizing autonomous AI agents to execute the tasks that currently slow down the system. Marginal optimization cannot fix a system where the core architecture itself is the primary bottleneck. To solve this, an organization must reach an end state where it has literally duplicated itself. This diagram maps out the edge org model. On the left, the traditional legacy hierarchy. On the right, an agile AI-native offshoot. Operating entirely in parallel, this edge twin runs outside legacy boundaries, preventing disruption to daily operations. Why would a CEO intentionally bypass their own established hierarchy to build a parallel nervous system? To answer that, we have to reverse engineer the economic realities of the global AI arms race. Industrial firms face a hard macroeconomic constraint. They cannot compete with the massive capital of the US and China in the race to build foundation models or secure computing dominance. This graphic illustrates the global standard for AI development. It demands massive compute clusters, gigantic public datasets, and billions in capital to fuel base-level foundation models. For the Mittelstand, attempting to compete on that specific layer guarantees failure. The strategy shifts to the right panel. We abandon the foundation race entirely. Instead, we use our existing assets to dominate the application layer. This is the leapfrog strategy. Generic internet data is useless for building specific mechanical components. However, proprietary engineering data and direct, long-standing customer relationships are highly specialized inputs that cannot be scraped from the web. This deep expertise forms the basis of industrial physical AI. This is the specific domain where legacy manufacturers hold an insurmountable advantage. We do not need to build a new AI brain. We need to build a superior proprietary nervous system to command the models that already exist. Translating that leapfrog strategy into daily operations requires a new set of mechanics. This framework displays the OODA loop: observe, orient, decide, and act. It serves as the operating rhythm for agile organizations. We map those steps into an AI-assisted cycle, MVIS. Observe becomes sense, orient becomes interpret, action becomes orchestration. This organizational map shows how that theory becomes reality inside the sourcing AI architecture. The blue nodes identify the dedicated AI agents. The sense agent, interpret agent, and decide agent are responsible for high-speed data processing, instantly executing thousands of flawless, volume-heavy transactions. As the agents absorb the manual execution, the human worker's role elevates significantly. Look at the govern gate positioned in the center, managed by the human orchestrator. Rather than entering data, humans now provide the ethical constraints, deploy empathy and negotiations, and steer the system's strategic goals. This is the definition of an agentic enterprise. Humans dictate the logic and boundaries, while AI agents autonomously execute the volume. Deploying this architecture faces an immediate, predictable threat: the institutional immune system. Standard corporate hierarchies are designed to prioritize stability and risk mitigation. They naturally slow down or entirely reject workflows built on high-speed, decentralized autonomy. We return to this model because the edge org is the explicit containment strategy designed to bypass internal resistance. Focus on the bridge connecting the two spheres. The edge twin requires a direct reporting line to the CEO, circumventing middle management friction to ensure execution speed. The deployment method scales with the company. For businesses with fewer than 50 employees, the company operates in direct mode. The organization is the edge. Between 50 and 500 employees, we use a light edge mode. The twin architecture is applied exclusively to workflows suffering the highest coordination drag. For enterprises exceeding 500 employees, the full edge mode is mandatory. The twin must be constructed outside normal reporting lines to prevent suffocation. The rule is precise. If the CEO cannot personally name every employee and map their daily workflow, the transformation must occur at the edge. The edge org is a political necessity, required to shield new, agile processes from the heavy inertia of the past. Building this dual structure does not require a massive overnight disruption of your current business. This graph tracks the deliberate scaling of organizational intelligence. It moves progressively from human-centric legacy systems in Stage 1 through to Stage 4. Stage 4 is the ultimate target, a fully cognitive organization operating with a synthesized, highly amplified effective IQ. Notice the large blue arrow across the top. We use backcasting. We take that Stage 4 vision and work backward to determine the exact singular step required today. That first step is the 30-day sourcing-AI pilot. It acts as the first validated functional building block of your future autonomous network. You prove the value on one specific module at the edge, secure the return, and then scale the network. The stakes are defined by the baseline metrics, a 30% price gap and a 25% deficit in speed. A mature edge org attacks those exact metrics. It processes data instantly, spots pricing anomalies in real time, and executes logistics with perfect synchronicity. Total mastery of the application layer, driven by extreme decentralization and operational tempo, provides the only reliable defense against global commoditization. Leadership faces a clear choice: redesign the value streams and deploy autonomous agents today, or accept structural obsolescence tomorrow. The industrial future belongs to the organizations that decide to orchestrate their own evolution.